Hey, what's up you guys? It's your boy Drew back again with another video for all you American soccer fans out there. And in this one, we're going to talk about the possibility of having a goalkeeper dilemma for the US men's national team rosters. And I say dilemma because, I might be thinking about it differently than you guys might be. Maybe there is no dilemma, but to me, it's looking like we might have a slight problem in the goalkeeping area of our rosters. So in this video, I'm going to try to explain to you guys why I think we got a dilemma and maybe how we can possibly solve this potential dilemma. So without further ado, let's just get right to it. But of course, as always, if you guys are new to the channel and you want to help soccer grow here in America and get the respect it deserves, then subscribe down below, hit the like button as well, and be sure to follow me also on Twitter and Instagram right here on the screen. Alright, let's talk about goalkeepers. When you think about goalkeepers for the national team of USA, you think about one man. Of course, that being Tim Howard, the legend, the GOAT in terms of goalkeepers for the USA national team. And you think about, who could succeed him or who can carry on his American legacy in the in the net. You think about one person right now. At least I think about one person, that being Zack Steffen. I know there's some people out there who are not too sold yet on Zack Steffen, but I think, he's still young, 24 years old. He's got a lot of potential, playing in a big league. Being under the squad, but being bought by one of the biggest teams in the world, being Manchester City. So I really hope that Zack Steffen does live up to his potential that I think he has right now. And I think it's a really, really high potential. So if I'm going into a big tournament or a big game, Zack Steffen is my number one, and I'm sticking with Zack Steffen as the main goalkeeper for the USA for the time being. But when you look under that, there's really not that many options coming up through the ranks or coming up right now, or who are already available to play as our number one goalkeeper, or even gives Zack Steffen a little bit of competition. And I don't want to talk about players like, first of all, Stephen Fry, all these older players in the ranks, even Sean Johnson and Brad Guzan. Two of those keepers, Johnson and Guzan, always selected for tournaments by Greg Berhalter. And this past tournament, the Nations League, we had Zack Steffen not in the roster for some odd reason. But then we had players like Brad Guzan, Sean Johnson, as expected, those two. And then we had, of course, Matt Turner from New England Revolution, trying to get his first cap for the national team, performing very well in the league, which I'll get to in a second. But these guys, not even Johnson, they didn't even get any freaking chance to play or make an appearance against even Cuba. And that really angered me. We stuck with, look, I get it. Zack Steffen is not available. We got a big must-win game. Why not go with the veteran, Brad Guzan? He's proven himself in the league. He's proven himself with the national team sometimes. Why not just go with Guzan? That's where Greg Berhalter feels like his gut should go. And I wasn't too angry about having Guzan start the game against Canada. But then when we saw, but then when Cuba came around, I was like, what? Maybe we'll get Sean Johnson in there. Just, who cares? We'll give him some playing time. Poor guy. And now maybe we'll see Matt Turner at least come on as a substitute towards the end, because I know we were going to win this game. But look what happened. Freaking Greg Berhalter and his tactics again stuck with Brad Guzan the whole freaking game. I mean, if you want to stick with Brad Guzan, fine. But if we're winning comfortably 2-0 already, or 3-0, whatever, why not give Johnson or even freaking Matt Turner, a younger keeper who we want to mold as a better starter keeper for the national team? Why not give him a chance or a couple minutes to play and show his face to the fans? Nothing. Stuck with Brad Guzan. So that's where the first dilemma is. I think there's no room right now for younger keepers to come up through the ranks when we stick with veterans like Brad Guzan, Sean Johnson, like players like that who really don't have much of a future with the national team, especially Brad Guzan. This dude is already 34, 35 years old. He's not going to be around much longer. The next World Cup, he might be here, but what about after that? He's definitely not going to be here. You know who will be around still and making saves? Matt Turner, Zack Steffen, Tyler Miller, players like that who are coming up, wanting to, be the number one goalkeeper, wanting to carry on Tim Howard's legacy, but they don't get the chance. First of all, by Brad Guzan always being selected by Greg Berhalter, and second of all, just by Greg Berhalter, bro. Greg Berhalter is halting these players' growth with the national team. So not talking about any of these older players from 30 and up. I know goalkeepers can go on much longer than outfield players, but in this video, I really want to go and cover all the goalkeepers who are under 30, because these players under 30 are going to be around much longer. If you want to get more experienced players out there, players who have proven themselves in the league, a lot of people think about, first of all, Bill Hamid. A lot of people always ask, why is Bill Hamid not in the roster? Dude played 34 games this past regular season in MLS, having earned 14 clean sheets and 1 penalty save. Bill Hamid is a big name that people put out there to get some more national team recognition. So if he is so good for DC United and not for that Danish team, because he totally bombed over there in Europe, why doesn't he get any national team recognition? It's been for years. I think almost 6 years since he's had any appearance with the national team. Right now he's 28 years old. He's got only 6 appearances for the senior national team. That's insane. Of course, we had Tim Howard back then, always racking up the appearances, but right after Tim Howard, we had Brad Guzan and then sometimes Nick Raimondo. So Bill Hamid really could never get in there, even though I think Bill Hamid is a better keeper than Raimondo and Brad Guzan. So why isn't he not ever called up to the national team? Well, if you ask Greg Berhalter, he can't play with his feet. He's not good at ball distribution from the back. Greg Berhalter wants to play a certain way from the back. I don't know why, if we don't have players who can keep up with that. Greg Berhalter wants to play out the back, having good pass accuracy. And Bill Hamid, though he does make good saves, having a good, save accuracy. I think it's about above 70% save accuracy in the league this past season. Well, if you look at his pass accuracy, it is 56%. So yes, that is very low. The lowest there is on this whole list of goalkeepers I will go over. So yes, I can see that he is not good with his feet, but sometimes you just gotta get dirty. Who gives a fuck? Sometimes you just gotta clear the ball and get it out of there. You don't have to play all beautiful every single time. Okay, you don't have to play like that every single game or every single moment in the game, Berhalter. If you want to rely on saves, I think Bill Hamid is a good option to have or think about. Now, some people might go ahead and talk about Bill Hamid with his attitude and his negativity he would bring to the camp, and I would agree. Yes, that is not a cool thing to bring. Thinking that he's better than everybody, better than all the goalkeepers. He made that statement a couple months ago before the Gold Cup 2019. He made a comment saying, that he's better than all the goalkeepers. Greg Berhalter, selected for the Gold Cup. I get it, whatever. I just see that as maybe Bill Hamid is trying to sell himself maybe to Greg Berhalter and the national team, the USSF, trying to sell himself like, yo, I can actually play. I'm a good goalkeeper for DC United, so I can be a good goalkeeper for the national team. So maybe look at me differently. But if it was up to me, I would definitely put Bill Hamid up there. If he can clean up his attitude, if it's really that bad as people say, clean up the attitude, be more professional, I think he'd be a really good, solid goalkeeper to have as a backup to Zack Steffen. If you're not feeling Bill Hamid, well then let's go ahead and talk about Matt Turner, the guy who got screwed over this last CONCACAF Nations League games against Canada and Cuba, like I mentioned earlier. Did not get to have a single minute to play for the national team. But if you look at his season record, he played 21 games this regular season with New England Revolution, making 5 clean sheets and a ratio of 5 saves per game and conceding 1 goal per game. Not bad. I think that's pretty decent. I don't have his pass accuracy here, but I think it was like in the 70s. So that's pretty decent. But there's someone on this list who has an insane pass accuracy, and I don't want to spoil it yet, but we're going to get to that in a little bit. So I hope you guys are still watching. Yes, Matt Turner, a young 25-year-old goalkeeper from New England Revolution. He wants to prove. I've seen New England fans in the comment section saying that he is a good goalkeeper. He does impress people. Like he is somebody who is up and coming and does have potential to be on that 3-man tournament goalkeeper list. Right behind Zack Steffen. So that is another goalkeeper I think really needs to be looked at. But he's not going to get another look or even get a chance to shine if he's still playing in the shadow of Brad Guzan and all these other older goalkeepers that Greg Berhalter wants to select, like Sean Johnson, Brad Guzan, all that stuff, okay? I get it. That's going to stunt his growth as well. Let's move on to another goalkeeper. Maybe let's go out of the country. Let's go to Belgium. Let's go see Ethan Horvath, 24-year-old goalkeeper over there. He was showing his face a little bit back in the day, a couple years ago, maybe 2 years ago, for the national team, but now it's almost like he's forgotten. He does play for one of the biggest clubs in Belgium, Club Brugge, but he only has 2 league game appearances for Club Brugge so far this year, which is, like I said, they're one of the best Belgian clubs out there, so they are one of the biggest teams there. So it's good that he's playing for one of the biggest teams there in Belgium, but he's not getting any game time. They currently play in the Champions League, but he has yet to make an appearance in that tournament, and I doubt he will make an appearance, for the rest of the tournament. I don't think they're going to get out of their group stage. So that's going to be it for them. He is a bench warmer right now for Club Brugge because he's got to dethrone Simon Mignolet. If you don't remember him, he used to play for Liverpool when the goalkeeper's there. Now, Mignolet is not a world-class goalkeeper by any means. I'll go out there and say it. But he is right now currently a better goalkeeper than Ethan Horvath. And I think that's his problem right there. That's another problem we have. Another one of our young goalkeepers are not getting any first-team game time. So that's going to stunt his growth and his potential there as well. He's not going to get experience. He's not going to be able to grow his game at all if he's on the bench warming it up for Simon Mignolet. Now, that's a problem there. And we got more problems to talk about. Let's keep going. We got another goalkeeper. Let's go younger now. Jonathan Klinsmann. Let's head over to Switzerland, where Jonathan Klinsmann plays, the son of Jurgen Klinsmann, I believe it is. If I'm wrong, I look embarrassing. But Klinsmann, 22 years old goalkeeper. He plays for St. Gallen, sorry if I mispronounce that name, St. Gallen in the Swiss League. Only one game so far. No league game appearances whatsoever. And he's only got one game in one of the Swiss Cups. So it's like not even like the league game. It's a cup competition, like a US Open Cup kind of thing. So he is also a bench warmer for another young goalkeeper at Switzerland. 25-year-old Stojanovic or something like that. He is warming up the bench for him. So the Swiss are sticking with their own goalkeeper, who is also only 25 years old. Another goalkeeper up and coming for them. So Jonathan Klinsmann, another player who is going to be very halted in his growth and his potential because he's also on the bench, not getting first team game action and not even being called up by the national team. So that is another problem that we have there. Ethan Horvath and Klinsmann, both bench warmers, not getting any game time. So why the hell would Greg Berhalter want to look at players like that after not getting game time? Oh, we're just stuck in a big rut. So our young goalkeepers are not having much luck out there in Europe, but there is one goalkeeper out there that I think could be the solution to all of this. Now let's head back to the States, Dallas, Texas, where Jesse Gonzalez, 24-year-old, is playing right now for FC Dallas. It seems like just yesterday, Jesse G, that's his nickname. If you guys see him, I just made it up right now. Jesse Gonzalez. It seemed like just yesterday he switched to wanting to represent the USA in terms of national team wise. So that's good. When he switched over from Mexico, I believe, to the USA, that was a really big plus for us. We were excited because he was young and up and coming goalkeeper. He has lots of potential. We were excited. But have we ever used him? No, we have not. Not for the senior team. Not at all. But you know what? If you look at his game stats for Dallas, he did play 33 regular games this past season and having earned 8 clean sheets and 2 penalty saves. And if you're Greg Berhalter and you want to talk about pass accuracy, get this. This guy has the best pass accuracy I've seen so far out of looking up all these goalkeepers. He has an 80% pass accuracy. That's insane. That's way more than Brad Guzan has, by the way. Brad Guzan has 71%, Greg Berhalter. So if you're comparing some guy like Guzan and Gonzalez, first of all, Gonzalez is younger. Guzan has more experience. Yes, I get it. But Gonzalez can gain experience by being selected more and being able to give a chance to show himself and show his skills to the national team and to fans and to the coach, hopefully. He's got a better pass accuracy, so he's good at playing from the back, good at reading penalties. I know he only had 2 penalty saves, but still, I think that's something important to save 2 penalties. 8 clean sheets, not bad. Of course, it's less than Brad Guzan, but still, I think if you have Atlanta United has a better defense than FC Dallas, so it makes sense that, Brad Guzan would have more clean sheets. But nonetheless, if you want to talk pass accuracy like we do with Bill Hamid, like Greg Berhalter does, Jesse Gonzalez has 80% pass accuracy this whole season. So why the hell is he not even being selected or looked at to represent the national team? Why are we sticking with Brad Guzan? Why are we sticking with Sean Johnson? Players like that who are not going to be around in a couple of years. We should be going deeper and deeper with our younger goalkeepers and trying to mold them into better, more experienced goalkeepers. But the problem is that we're not doing that. And that's the whole dilemma. The only way we can fix this, first of all, get Greg Berhalter out of there. Second of all, we need to be, as the fans, have to voice our opinions and voice our thoughts and opinions too. I know it's freaking meaningless sometimes, but still, we should keep fighting for it, to have our younger goalkeepers out there to be given a chance to represent the national team and a chance to gain some senior national team experience. Because if we don't, and Brad Guzan retires, who are you going to put? Ethan Horvath, who's got barely any game time. Matt Turner, who doesn't ever get a chance to play in the national team, so he's going to be just plopped out there. No, we're going to be freaking screwed. If Zack Steffen gets another injury, if it's a real one this time, or if he's not around, who are we going to go to? Especially if Guzan is retired by that point, who are we going to go to? We don't know. As a fan, we don't know where our options are for a goalkeeper. We always say that we have good young goalkeepers, but the problem is that we're not seeing that anymore. We're not seeing the potential. We're not seeing the growth. We're not seeing any of them gaining any experience because they don't have the chance to go out there and show and prove themselves. So as the time goes on and this stuff keeps happening, our goalkeepers' mentality and potential is going to go a little more down. Not mentality, I mean confidence. Mentality sounds dumb, but their confidence and potential is going to start to go down because they're not gaining experience. They're not facing the biggest teams out there, or the best players out there, and in a World Cup or some big tournaments like a Copa America. If we get selected again, they're not facing big time players if they're just stuck warming the bench or playing only in MLS. They're not going to get the chance to grow as good as hopefully Zack Steffen will grow, and that's the whole dilemma. So what do you guys think? I talked for a long freaking time, but let me know your thoughts down below. Is there some goalkeepers that I missed? I know I missed probably Tyler Miller, players like that, but I feel like Tyler Miller really never impressed me, so sorry for you LAFC fans out there. But do you agree with me that there is a problem here with the national team in terms of goalkeeping options? Do you really think that our goalkeepers are not getting the chance to prove themselves because they have to fight over an aging Brad Guzan? Let me know your thoughts down below, and let me know what you guys think is another young and up-and-coming goalkeeper in the comment section below. As always, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for kicking it with me, and I'll see you next time. Peace.